Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the updated version of D'Angelo Russell's shoe with Way of Wade, the Iceblood 2 V2. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you do want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Iceblood 2 V2 features the exact same traction pattern as the Iceblood 2 V1, I guess technically. So what you're gonna get up in the forefoot is you do have like this little pod of like these squiggly lines. You also have like the squiggly line over here, and then the rest of the actual traction pattern is made up of herringbone traction pattern. And in my colorway of the Iceblood 2 V1 that I had, it was a full solid rubber outsole, whereas obviously this is partly translucent and partly solid rubber. And you know, when it comes to the traction, you pretty much have to go through the same break-in period or same break-in process as the regular Iceblood 2. For me, it took about, a couple of hours. And at first the traction was just, it's not great. But after you do break it in, it does get much better. I still wouldn't say this is the best traction though. If you're playing on your clean courts, you'll have like pretty hard bites. I would say maybe not as good as the full solid rubber. It does feel like not as good, but it's still not bad. Like you have pretty solid bites, on the cleaner courts. When it comes to dust though, this one, it kind of just depends. Like it does pick up a little bit of dust, so you will have to wipe every so often, but you will also, tend to slide to a stop if you're playing on, dust. And if it's really, really dusty, expect to slide, to a stop like pretty frequently, even after wiping. So yeah, just if you are playing on your dustier courts, this is definitely not going to be the best option, but for the most part, moderately dusty, average dusty. As long as you keep up with the wipes, the traction will be okay, but you definitely have to keep up with the wipes. Otherwise, you will be sliding to a stop. So moving on to the cushion setup, the Iceblood 2 V2 features the exact same cushion setup as the regular Iceblood 2. So what you're gonna get is a dual density foam setup, which is made up of 75% boom and 25% cloud foam. And the cushion in here, like it's not the best in terms of anything, but it does get the job done pretty damn well. For me, I am a person who likes to feel, more low to the ground, quick on my feet. And I think this does a perfect job of that. In the heel, you do have like a decent amount of compression. I would say that this cushion setup provides like adequate impact protection. Obviously, as you move towards the forefoot, I think it does thin out a little bit, and it is caged. You have like the rubber wrapping up on the medial side. You do have this TPU counter right here as well. So it definitely feels a little bit more firm, more low to the ground, more responsive. And yeah, I think this cushion setup is for people who prefer to feel more quick on their feet versus having like a very, very bouncy and soft cushion setup. So if that sounds great to you, then you'll definitely like these. But like I said, if you do prefer like a lot of cushion, this is just not going to give you that. So moving on to the materials, this is where the Iceblood 2 V2 really starts to differentiate itself from the Iceblood 2. The upper has been completely revamped, and I think this is a very, very welcome update. The V2, in my opinion, the materials are way nicer. It has way more structure and rigidity. From a material standpoint as well, to the touch, it feels much better. What you're primarily gonna get is this like textile upper, and it's pretty thick feeling as well. It just feels much, much more premium than the fused material that we got on the regular Iceblood 2. You do also have like parts of the shoe that are made out of this synthetic leather, which obviously, it does feel more premium than just like fused material, but it also does give the shoe overall a better structure, which is awesome. And obviously it increases durability as well. Moving towards the back, you do have like this other textile material. It feels like almost like a neoprene. It's very, very slippery, but it is backed by some type of foam to give it more structure as well. Moving to the toe, you do have like that continuation of the thick textile material. So yeah, the tongue is like adequately padded. If you do like to crank down the laces, you won't really feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. And another material update that they made for the V2 version is these laces. So the first time I encountered these laces was actually on the Wade Shadow 6. And in my opinion, I think they're really nice because I feel like it does kind of help my shoelaces stay tied. But the only annoying thing is actually tying the laces, because when it goes through each eyelet, it does tend to get stuck. So you kind of have to fiddle around with it sometimes. Sometimes I don't, sometimes it's kind of easy, but yes, in my opinion, I do like the actual laces that they use on the shoe. And in my opinion, it just feels a little bit better and does help with, just overall support in the shoe, I guess, or the lockdown, I should say. So overall, the materials on the Iceblood 2 V2 to me are fine and definitely a very, very welcome upgrade upon the regular Iceblood 2. So moving on to the fit, pretty much the same fit in my opinion as the regular Iceblood 2. This is a very, very narrow shoe, and Way of Wade has definitely made sure that consumers know that this is made for people with skinny feet. They say it straight up on their product page for this. And yeah, I mean, I'm a slightly wide footer. I went up a half size and it's still narrow. So yeah, I think, normal footers and narrow footers, true to size is your best bet. Slightly wide footers, go up a half size and you might be okay. If you have really wide feet, probably go up a whole size because this thing is freaking narrow. But outside of that, I thought the fit was not bad. I do think you do have like a little bit of dead space up in the toe box area, but you don't really feel it. It doesn't really do too much. Everywhere else, the fit is very, very nice and snug. This is a half booty upper, which ensures you're getting as close of a one-to-one fit as possible. And yeah, I mean, besides the actual narrowness of the shoe, it fits well. And you're gonna get a pretty good snug fit. Just be cautious because this is very, very narrow. Wide footers, you're definitely gonna have a problem unless you go up probably at least a whole size. And at that point, who knows, maybe you run into some issues with like other areas of the shoe, maybe the support or something. So yeah, I mean, I would probably just stay away if you guys have like really wide feet, but everyone else, slightly wide footers, normal footers, narrow footers, you could probably get away playing in the shoe. But yeah, I mean, for me, half size up, like I said, slightly wide footer, I still felt, definitely a lot of pressure up in this forefoot area. So just be cautious with that. So moving on to the support, I personally had zero issues with the support in the shoe. You do have an external heel counter. I'm pretty sure you have an internal heel counter as well. You have like adequate padding in the heel. So yeah, I didn't have any heel containment issues. No side-to-side movement with the heel, no heel slippage. So yeah, heel containment was great. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, you're gonna be covered there as well. I really do think that the upgraded materials on the V2 version do kind of enhance that side-to-side movement. I just felt a little bit more locked down than the regular version. Obviously, you do sit inside of this foam a little bit as well, which, that kind of happened on the V1. So yeah, I mean, overall side-to-side movement, you're not gonna have any issues there. When it comes to hard lateral movements, you're also gonna be covered. Even though this outsole is actually like rounded, has a nice curvature, you do have this foam and TPU counter right here that does protrude out to basically act as an outrigger. So you aren't rolling over on those hard lateral movements, whether it's a plant, cross, whatever. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna be fine. And then when it comes to torsional rigidity and stability, you're gonna be covered there as well. No issues for me. I wouldn't say that this is like the most stiff and rigid, but it's more than enough for myself. So yeah, overall, I didn't really have any support issues in the shoe. So I would actually say that the support in here was actually pretty damn good. So the Way of Wade Iceblood 2 V2 retails for $119. And for $119, it's not a bad shoe, right? Honestly, my biggest gripe is probably the fit of the shoe, just because it is very, very narrow. The second gripe would probably be the traction performance. For me, I'm not the tallest player, right? And I definitely rely on my speed to get to, the spots that I need to. So if I don't have the best traction, obviously I'm not gonna be able to do that. So yeah, that's like my second gripe with the shoe. So if you all are D-Lo fans, or you know the qualities of the shoe sound like something that you would prefer, go ahead and get a pair. Is it worth upgrading from the V1 if you do have the V1? Maybe. Like if you all have issues with the materials on the V1, then yeah, grab a pair of these, because in my opinion, this is definitely a nice little upgrade. But is this something that I would normally play in all the time? Probably not, just because it's just so narrow. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's not a bad shoe. It's definitely not the best shoe, but like I said, if you all are interested in buying a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. Also, if you leave a comment, those help me out too. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.